Good morning and welcome to today's vlog. We have had some really good weather recently considering it's winter here in New Zealand, but today is definitely a winter's day. It is raining, it is cold, it is grey, so hopefully you can't hear the pitter patter of the rain too bad in the background. I've just dropped Echo off at daycare and now I've come to visit my daughter's grave with my coffee. Even though Echo's at daycare, I don't rush to get him there at a specific time. We really just take our time with the mornings and see how it goes. I go at his pace and I am loving this routine that we have. When my husband and I separated, a real priority for me was creating an environment that was really stable and consistent for Echo, and I feel like we're doing really well with that at the moment. I have the time to just go at his pace and to be patient with him and to really enjoy the small moments. Like, I love just observing him and watching his motor skills improve while he eats his breakfast, the funny conversations that we have, watching him learn through his play. Honestly, I just enjoy it so much and I'm loving that I have the time to be able to do that at the moment. Giving all of my children attention is something that's really important to me, and so the mornings that I get to come down here like straight away or first thing in the morning and visit my daughter's grave are so precious to me, especially with baby number 3 on the way. I'm just very aware that the time that I have and the ability to go slow, go at my son's pace, to give attention to Echo and Noah, it's just going to change. Like, obviously it's not going to take me away from them fully, but the reality is that it is going to change things, and so I'm really soaking up these moments that we have. I've been having a little bit of mum guilt about daycare, even though I know, and the evidence is in Echo, that him going to daycare has been such a good choice for us. He was very ready, he had outgrown me, he absolutely loves it. We were really particular about finding the right daycare, and I feel really good about the choice that we made. But like I said, I'm just very aware that our one-on-one time is limited, and so I'm feeling a little bit of mum guilt. A workout, but before I do, I wanted to give you guys a therapy update. Therapy is something that I've done multiple times in my life, and after Noah Lee passed away, I definitely tried it, gave it a go, but I really struggled to find someone that felt right. In the end, I realized I was walking away from my appointments feeling worse than when I had arrived at the appointments, and that other forms of therapy were a lot more helpful to me at the time. Things like writing, things like talking about it online, exercise, nature, going and sitting by the sea. Those things seemed to calm me and make me feel better at the time than therapy was. However, since separating from my husband, I have found it really useful to be able to talk to an unbiased listener. So that's something that I've been doing recently that I haven't talked about on YouTube yet. If you're struggling or just looking for a little bit of extra help, today's sponsor, BetterHelp, saves you having to leave the house, makes it so much easier for you to schedule appointments, and you can reach out anytime rather than having to wait for that next appointment as well. BetterHelp is an online counselling service. They have hundreds of qualified therapists for you to choose from, and you can easily change them until you find someone that suits you. If you're ready to start therapy, you can use the link that I have on the screen or in the description below, or you can select my YouTube name, which is also on the screen here for you, to enjoy a special discount on your first month. Just gonna follow a YouTube Pilates session. Exercise is still something that I feel like I really need to stay emotionally regulated. It's interesting though, during this pregnancy, how my abilities for exercise have changed physically, and so I feel like the mental benefits have changed as well. It's usually something that I do to distract myself, to channel my energy, channel my frustrations, channel my thoughts, and I use it to distract my mind so that I can have a period of time where I'm not thinking, when my brain is not going 100 miles per hour and I'm just exerting all this energy, and then I get the positive benefits from exercise, like the endorphins and feeling good about moving my body and all of that sort of stuff. But during this pregnancy, which isn't the same to my first two, I did not get any pain, just like discomfort from being giant and round towards the end of my first two pregnancies. But this one, I've had pain for quite a while now. I feel like I started to get it around 32 weeks maybe. So it's been a long time of really feeling incapable of exercising to the point that I'm familiar with and my body is familiar with and what I want to do and how I want to exert myself. So I've had to change it, and I've been doing Pilates for ever since I started to get that pain. I swapped to Pilates, and I know that there's like this big hype around it at the moment. Everyone is doing it, but it actually feels really good, especially in this pregnancy. I did reform pregnancy Pilates when I was pregnant with my son, and I didn't enjoy it at all. It just felt way too easy. But the classes that I go to twice a week, they're actually so challenging but feel really gentle and good on my body. And then the rest of the days, I'm trying to do something small at home. So this session that I'm going to do on my laptop from YouTube, it's only like a 20-minute workout, but I just want to move my body somehow. And I feel like it's less so about exerting myself and distracting myself, but more about connecting with my body and even thinking more, which may not be a good thing, but I'm really enjoying it. So I need to get this done before I give myself an excuse to be too tired. That rain is just telling me, go hop in bed, go read your book, but I've got things to do. So move my body first, and then I'll finish my general tidy up. I've already done some of it, but I'll finish that. And then I also want to do some baking today and some cooking to prep for Echo's meals and Echo's lunches and things like that. Waffles for Echo to snack on, and also some pizza dough for our dinner tonight. Something that I really wanted to start doing after I put Echo in daycare, given that I'd have more time to focus on a meal without focusing on my toddler at the same time, was follow more recipes and branch out of my usual style of cooking. I know enough about cooking that I can throw together a family meal. I can bake something basic just off of the top of my head, knowing what ingredients go well together, what flavors go well together. But I would say that my cooking is quite average, and I wanted to follow more recipes and just branch out a little bit more. Did that happen? No, it did not. I just haven't had an appetite recently, so I haven't wanted to pick recipes to cook because then I would just end up not eating them. My toddler also, he's a toddler, so one day he likes something, one day he doesn't. So cooking a whole fancy meal for him, just for him to not want it, is a waste of time. So I keep things pretty basic with Echo and just have lots of things on hand that I know he will eat. But anyway, I am going to make pizza for dinner tonight. I'm just gonna prep the dough now and then see if Echo wants to help me make them this afternoon. And then I'm going to make the waffles to freeze some and keep some out for him to snack on. I'm just going to pop the recipes on the screen for you guys, so if you want to make them, you're welcome to. Well, those waffles were an absolute fail. I definitely wouldn't recommend using that recipe, although I feel like it was my fault for adding the blueberries that made them stick really bad. But yeah, not a fan of that waffle recipe. I only managed to get a couple of waffles that will probably last me maybe 1 to 2 days of snacks for Echo rather than the week that I was hoping to prep for. It's time for me to get off my feet for a little bit before the afternoon antics with my son. My life is obviously not very exciting or glamorous, but these are the things that are important to me and feel good to me to have accomplished in a day. I had an amazing morning with my son. I took care of the home, I took care of my mind, my body, I prepped food, took care of all the boring stuff, even all the little things in between that I didn't film today. Things that are not exciting or fun for Echo to be a part of. So when I do have him back this afternoon, I'll just be able to focus on him, and usually that results in a more stress-free afternoon and bedtime routine, less tantrums with him when my attention doesn't have to be split between the boring stuff. I did leave the pizza basis that Echo and I can cook together if he wants to be a part of that. If not, then he can just play, and hopefully he'll be okay for me to take care of dinner on my own. But I am really proud of this slow and involved lifestyle that I've been able to create for Echo, that I'm able to give him at the moment. It feels really good to be able to just slow down, especially being pregnant. I'm just really appreciating being able to give more attention to each of the things that are necessary to have my attention on, and not be hustling 24/7, not be completely stressed all the time. Like, I felt so spread thin prior to putting him in daycare and just trying to give 100% to every area of my life that I needed to, whereas now I can kind of give it its time when it's necessary. But I feel like it's kind of frowned upon if you're not dead tired by the end of the day, if you're not doing everything, if you're not striving for a career, being the perfect parent, having the perfectly clean and tidy home, having the most well-behaved kids. Like, if you're not doing everything and you're not completely exhausted by all of it, that you're doing it wrong, or that you're not doing enough, and that you should be doing more. But for me, this is the goal. The goal is not to be dead tired at the end of the day. I am still very tired at the end of the day, but that is purely because I am also growing another human. But it is a real luxury that I can take this time to slow down, to give Echo all the attention that I can give him, but also to take care of everything else that is necessary as well, and not have to be completely hustling. And yeah, maybe we don't have the best of the best for everything, and maybe I could strive to do better, but I'm actually just content with what we have at the moment, and this is enough for me. Especially after Noah Lee passed away, I didn't want to be uncomfortable. I was already so uncomfortable in life that I just didn't want to add any more discomfort to my life than necessary. And so I wanted to pull back from that hustle culture. I just wanted to have what was necessary and just be able to enjoy it, so I could focus on what's important to me. Anyway, I am going to finish my book, hopefully. I've got around 100 pages left to go, so I'm hoping to finish it tonight and finish my 3rd cup of red raspberry leaf tea for the day, and then I will go and get Echo. But I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you guys next time.